Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to uncover the secret identity of the most powerful words in our language. Yep, you heard me. They're basically the superheroes of every single sentence, and we're back to meet them.
So let me just ask you this. Think about any sentence you've ever read or written. What do you think is the one word that holds all the power? The word that has all the energy, all the action? You got it. It's the verb. Every sentence needs a hero, and that hero is always the verb. It's the word that actually does something. You know, it runs, it jumps, it thinks, it feels. Honestly, without a verb, a sentence is just a bunch of words kind of standing around. The verb is the engine that makes the whole thing go. But, just like our favorite superheroes, not all verbs have the same exact powers. Some verbs are all about passing their action on to someone or something else, while others, well, they kind of like to keep all that action for themselves. And this is where we meet our first two types of verb heroes. First up, we have transitive verbs. Think of these guys as the team players. They always pass their action on to something else, which we call an object. Then we've got the intransitive verbs. These are more like the solo heroes. They do the action, but it just stops with them. There's nobody there to catch it. So, how in the world do you tell them apart? Well, there's a super secret test. All you have to do is ask what or whom right after the verb. Let's try it. In the first sentence, Rohan kicked. Kicked what? The football. See, there's an answer. That makes kicked a transitive verb. Now for the second one. The baby cried. Cried what? That doesn't really make sense, does it? There's no object, so cried has to be an intransitive verb. Easy, right? All right, your turn. Time to be the grammar detective. Look at this sentence right here. The stars twinkled at night. Go ahead and use our secret test. Is twinkled passing the action, or is it keeping it all to itself? You got it. The answer is no. You can't ask, the stars twinkled what? The action just stays with the stars. And that's really the key here. Since there's no object getting that action, twinkled is intransitive. Great job. Okay, so even the greatest superheroes need a sidekick, right? Of course. Well, main verbs are no different. They often team up with another group of special verbs to make their powers even clearer. So let's meet these helpers. Now, their official name is auxiliary verbs, but honestly, helping verbs is the perfect nickname for them. Words like is, are, was, will, have, these are all helping verbs. They join forces with the main verb to give us more details, especially about when something is happening. And this is a perfect example of their teamwork. In the sentence, she is singing a new song, the main action, our hero, is singing. But who's the trusty sidekick? It's is. Is helps out singing by telling us that this action is happening right now. They're a real dynamic duo. All right, you ready to explore another incredible power that some verbs have? This one's really cool. It's the ability to shapeshift. I'm serious. These verbs can actually change their form depending on who's doing the action. Check this out. When our subject is just one person, Nita, the verb is likes. But when we add her sister to the mix, making the subject plural, poof, the verb shapeshifts to like. But wait, a minute. Did you notice something else? The other verb, to watch, it stayed exactly the same. And that right there is the clue to their secret identities. This brings us to our final verb types. Those shapeshifters, like likes and like, are called finite verbs. You can think of them as being bound by the rules of the subject. But verbs like to watch, the ones that don't change no matter what, those are called non-finite verbs. They're totally free. Phew. Okay, that was a lot of superhero action, I know. But don't worry, we've put together a super simple guide so you can identify any verb and its powers in a flash. Think of it as your own personal master plan. So here it is, your 4-step verb checklist. For any sentence, just run through these steps. 1. Find the main action word. 2. Do the test. Ask what or whom to see if it's passing the action. 3. Look for any helper sidekicks hanging around. And 4. Check if it's a shapeshifter that changes with the subject. If you use this checklist, you'll be a verb expert in no time. And there you have it. Verbs aren't just some boring grammar rules. They are the action heroes that give our sentences life and all their power. Now you have the master plan. You're in control. So go on. Go be a sentence superhero.